Imagine this. Humans are going back to the moon after more than 50 years. Not robots, not machines, real people. And the mission leading this comeback is called Artemis II. This isn't just a space mission. This is one of the most expensive, ambitious, and insane projects humanity has ever attempted. Let's break it down in the simplest way possible. Artemis II is NASA's first crewed mission to the moon since 1972. 4 astronauts will travel in a spacecraft called Orion, launched by the most powerful rocket ever built, the Space Launch System. But here's the twist. They're not landing on the moon. They're going around it. This mission is like a test drive, a rehearsal, a let's make sure we don't mess this up before humans actually step on the moon again in the next mission. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where things get crazy. The Artemis II mission alone is estimated to cost around $23.8 billion. Yes, billion, with a B. To put that into perspective, that's more than the GDP of some small countries. And that's just one mission. The entire Artemis program is expected to cost around $93 billion by 2025. Now you might be thinking, where is all this money going? Let's break it down. First, the rocket. The Space Launch System is one of the most powerful rockets ever built, even stronger than the Saturn V that took humans to the moon in the Apollo era. Each launch costs roughly $4 billion to $5.7 billion. And guess what? It's not reusable. That means every launch is like burning billions of dollars in the sky. Literally. Second, the spacecraft. The Orion capsule alone has cost over $20 billion to develop. This is the vehicle that keeps astronauts alive in deep space. It handles oxygen, water, temperature, radiation, basically everything needed so humans don't die out there. Third, the technology. We're talking about advanced life support systems, navigation systems, communication networks, and deep space tracking systems. At one point, even a space toilet on Artemis II cost around $23 million. Yes, a toilet. Now imagine the cost of everything else. Now let's talk about the mission itself. Artemis II will last around 10 days. The astronauts will travel over 250,000 miles from Earth, going farther than any human has gone in decades. They will fly around the far side of the moon, where communication with Earth will be completely lost for about 40 minutes. Imagine being completely alone in space, with no signal, no backup, nothing. Just you and the universe. This mission will also break records. The crew will go even farther than the Apollo 13 astronauts, making it one of the most distant human journeys ever. But here's the real question. Why spend this much money? Why spend billions just to go around the moon? The answer is simple. Because this is not just about the moon. This is about the future. NASA is preparing for something much bigger. Building a permanent base on the moon and eventually sending humans to Mars. Artemis II is like step 1. Without this step, nothing else is possible. Now think about this. Back in 1969, during the Apollo missions, the entire moon landing cost around $25 billion at that time. Adjusted for today, that's over $150 billion. So in a way, history is repeating itself, just with better technology and even bigger ambitions. But here's something interesting. Private companies like SpaceX are trying to reduce these costs using reusable rockets. NASA, on the other hand, is still using extremely expensive traditional systems. That's why many people criticize the Artemis program, saying it's too expensive. But others say this is the price of progress. Because when humans explore new frontiers, it's never cheap. Now let's do a final breakdown. Artemis II mission cost, about $23.8 billion. Single launch cost, around $4 to $5.7 billion. Total Artemis program, about $93 billion. Distance traveled, over 250,000 miles. Mission duration, around 10 days. Crew, 4 astronauts. An impact, potentially the future of humanity. Because if this mission succeeds, it opens the door to moon bases, space industries, and eventually humans living on another planet. So next time you look at the moon, just remember, there are billions of dollars, decades of work, and the dreams of humanity pointing straight at it. And Artemis II is the mission leading the way.